Good morning, outdoor enthusiasts, and welcome to another episode with WV Hiking Adventures. It is June 29th. We're squeaking out one more trip this month, and we have come back to the Cranberry Wilderness. We're going to be doing another section of the North Fork Trail. Let me just show you on the map, it'll be a little easier. But basically, the North Fork Trail makes this big, huge loop. Last time we did the southern part of it. This time we're going to start up there, the same intersection that we went to where there's the North Trail. And then you can see here where the north-south intersects. Instead of taking a left, we're going to take a right. And we're going to go up the North Fork Trail for a little bit. And then right here, it branches off onto the Middle Fork. We're going to follow the Middle Fork all the way up to right here where it gets the Laurel branch. We're going to do a small section of it, basically hang a right on it. And then we're going to come back down the North Fork Trail and make us a nice little loop. Alrighty guys, here we are at the classic intersection. I am of course joined by Chipmunk, and we've got Jack back out here with us. We're at this classic intersection. Last time we went out, we took that way on the north-south, or on the North Trail, north-south. We're going to start heading the other direction on the North Trail today. Shouldn't be on this very long until we jump onto the Middle Fork. Let's get to her. Alright, beginning of the North Trail. Going this way, pretty much still just that instant classic cranberry. All the spruce trees. The trail is just padded with spruce needles, really soft, a little boggy. Super green. Tons of that beautiful moss. And of course spider webs. Which this guy, I put him out front, but he isn't doing a very good job of catching any of them for me. Of course, one of the best parts about this trip is all the shade. That's why we came out here. It's been in the 90s the last 3 days. And getting pretty hot at home. And I wanted to go somewhere a little bit cooler. We actually had plans to go somewhere else, and I changed at the last minute. One, I wanted to come out here and explore more. And two, I knew that it's nice and shady, and it'd be a lot cooler than where we were thinking about going. Alrighty, bam, there it is, our trail intersection. You want to keep going on the North Trail, keep going that way. Or I guess the North Fork Trail, I keep calling it the North Trail, the North Fork Trail. And then right over my shoulder this way, we'll be getting on to the Middle Fork. Check out that old sign. No blazes in the Cranberry Wilderness, hence the name Wilderness. If you want to hear me rant and rave more about wildernesses, just go check out our first cranberry video. I do a lot of it on there. So anyway, no blazes, but the trails are pretty well established from what we can tell and what we've seen out here. And it seems, at least everyone we've encountered, all the trail intersections have had signs. No, we're about running into some more hikers. Yeah, we just ran into a group of 3. They were on their way out. They'd spent the night last night. And we saw one gentleman coming out this morning, so it's probably 2 of the 3, if not all 3 cars that we saw at the trailhead accounted for, so we might have this place to ourselves. Yep, that one looks parked good. Mine looks parked good. And then we got this jackalope from Ohio. Wish I knew who he was. Taking up 2, if not 3 spots. I'm not sure what the exact mileage on this trip is going to be. They don't have this loop on all trails. Hopefully if we complete it, we'll be able to put it in there for them. But I'm thinking we should be somewhere between 13 and 16 miles. We'll know at the end. Alrighty, I believe we have made it down. This little creek is probably the middle fork of the Cranberry, or definitely one of its tributaries. Definitely has that red tint from the tannins. So I learned something interesting about tannins. I'm going to share this real quick. So apparently back in the frontier days, when the trailblazers were coming through, before they had a soy or mini, that was one of the things they looked for, was the red water. It meant it had tannins in it, had a lot of acid in it, and it kills most of the bacteria, so that was actually safe for drinking water for them. There's one for your Googling pleasure. Alrighty, the trail kind of dead ends into this creek here, but luckily we've got a couple of rock herons marking the way. Makes it a little bit easier anyway. Pretty little creek. I should mention, Deb just hurt her foot about 10 minutes ago. So she's going to be moving a little slower. Alrighty, they're gonna hobble on over. Whoa. And there's the cairn, and there's the way. So the trails get a little bit grown in, not as bad as the north-south trail is, but what we really need is some people like you to come out here and hike a little bit more. Keep this stuff trampled down. And you can treat yourself to a really beautiful deep forest wilderness setting. Win-win for everybody. And if you look up through the tree cover, you can see that it is pretty blue skies up there. We had a little tiny bit of rain right in the beginning, like literally a couple hundred yards down from the trailhead. Rained just enough for us to put the pack covers on. I don't know, you might even see it in one of the earlier shots. But yeah, that lasted for about 10 minutes. Just enough to make it a little more humid, but it's actually not bad down here in this dense tree cover. I mean, look how much my face is blacking out. Yeah, it's really nice and cool. If I was to dare a guess, 71, 72 at most. It's just super comfortable to hike in. I've been encountering some blowdown, but most of it's like this, where you can just very easily step over it. You go about your way. Alrighty, we are going to stop on this little creek. Some awesome looking little rapids. Do a quick little break. Do some lunch. It is about 20 till 2. Yeah, that explains why I'm feeling hungry. So, we actually got an early start for once, like 11:30. Either or, we're going to stop here and eat for a minute. Alrighty, we just finished up lunch. We are back out on the trail. The creek is definitely at low water. As you can see right here, the trail crosses back and forth across it, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. It's just a dry creek bed, essentially, for us today though, so pretty easy. Ooh, look at this. I bet this is pretty amazing when it's got water pouring over the whole thing. Kind of explains why we haven't seen too many fishermen. I know this is a great fishing section. with the water being this low. But yeah, even like right here, the creek and the trail at high water, it'd pretty much be one and the same thing. Good place to come for summer. Check it out, the lower water, make it a little easier. Still have access to drinking water real easily. Nice and cool. And outside all the spider webs, no real bugs. So far. Oh, check it out. This is like the coolest rock cairn ever. And I can't believe that surely the water has come up high enough to go over this thing. Oh my God, this is so cool. Oh, I'm so excited I found that. That's like check for the super secret checklist that I don't even tell anybody about. I have no hopes of ever finding. Ah, I found it. Yeah, that's it. And then while I was gabbing about that, I hadn't even seen what was behind me yet. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Even at low water, the North Fork is impressive. Yeah, from about 5 miles in, we're right past that really cool rock cairn. We're just following the North Fork Creek all the way down. Beautiful view of it the whole way. This is a really pretty creek. My imagination's kind of running amok, thinking about what some of these rapids must look like when there's a bunch of water in them. Definitely be some cool drops out here. Even at low water, it's just really super pretty to look at. And of course the practical point that you have readily available water to filter pretty much anytime you want. So don't listen to that guy in the beginning of the video that said there wasn't any water on this side. Once you get on the Middle Fork, plenty of water. Listen to Future Dave, I know what I'm talking about. Nope, that's the way, Jack. Go on down, buddy. You got it, there we go. All right, wait for Mom. Good boy. Wait. Ah. He prefers that as opposed to the filtered water. What does that say? So we went up a couple 100-foot elevation and then pretty much immediately gave it all back up. As you can probably hear, we are back down at the creek again. I believe we've got another crossing. Yep, sure do. Fortunately though, like I said, it's low water, this shouldn't be so bad. Of course, we've got our official designator right here. And that's where we need to go, right there. Okay, the river's not deep, but the rocks are slick. Oh yeah, that one is. Yeah, you'd pretty much have to be an idiot to leave your camera out. Oh boy, crossing this thing. I'm so gonna regret this. Oh yeah, they're all slick as... Oh yeah. Of course, I'm trying to keep my feet dry. Pulling it off so far, but yeah. I just don't. Whoa, that one was rocking. Woohoo! Oh, and that's just slick as snot. There we go. Again, not worried about getting wet. Don't want to break Mr. Camera or noggin. Oh, last slick one. Okay, I've made it. Alrighty. Got the old creek right there. This cairn, I don't know if we got something tricky coming up or what. We've got that one right there, another one right there, and then it's really hard to see, but in between the trees, got another one right there. Somebody wants to make sure we don't make a misstep. Yeah, I checked the GPS. This is the way we're supposed to be going, so yeah, I don't know. Alright, that's the last cairn we were looking at, and I think I see what's going on. We got a little bit of a reroute. This part of the trail, clearly the river was raging. Oops, sorry about that. The river was raging and came over right here into the low spot. And that was just a huge washout. I mean, I know it doesn't look like much, but you can see I'm nowhere close to touching it. It's probably at least 10 foot deep in there. What we'll do is just get Chipmunk to slide on in down there. Show her how it's done, Jack. Yeah, that gives you an idea, a little bit better perspective of how deep it is. That's a big rock cairn, to frame of reference. Okay, so what I think is going on is the river flooded out. We showed you where that first big drop-in ditch was. I'm not convinced that this is just dried up creek. I think this was blowout from a big flood. Because that's, I'll turn around here in a second, but the creek, what this used to be, is rejoined the river right down in there. I think this was flood damage, I really do. What do you think, Jack? No big vista views, at least not yet, but just totally immersed in the forest, and beautiful creek that we've been getting to look at almost the whole time. And outside of right in the beginning, maybe the first half hour, we haven't seen anyone out here. It's been what you might say, wilderness experience. Alrighty, according to the rock cairn, we are making a creek crossing. And I can definitely see trail over there on the other side. We're gonna look at it real quick, see what's the best option for Jack. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Although the rocks are a little slick, so let's see how Fido does here. So I'm gonna guess by the howl that Chipmunk just let out, that is stinging nettle. Do you like that?
Not so much.
I'm gonna guess it was down there where you don't have pants on?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. I know I look like a dad, but I like the long pants just for those kind of reasons. There is a funny looking little mushroom guy. A fun guy. And his little brother. Never seen one like that, all trumpet shaped. If anybody knows what that is, leave a comment. Alrighty. We are finally seeing somebody else, one other person anyway. Looks like there's a pretty nice camp right over there. Alrighty, so we just ran into a group of people from Harper's Ferry. We were talking to one of the ladies in the group. They were kind of hollering at us from across the creek, trying to figure out where they were. They had no GPS, obviously. But yeah, they were kind of like, are we close to the end? And it's like, not really. Like, We started the trailhead this afternoon. That was 11 and a half, 12 miles ago. So, no, not really. Tried to give them a little bit of a direction as to which way they were going. They were out here looking for a big beachy, I guess, and got lost. So, yeah, probably a good idea. And you know, with all the apps that they have for the cell phones these days, free ones even, there's really no excuse for coming out here. I had a little bit better of a plan anyway, I guess. So, what do you think? Will they make it out alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, we are at the trail juncture, I believe. We've got a rock cairn right here. And then nailed up, or I'm sorry, bolted up to the tree there, we've got a trail marker for Laurel Lee Branch. It's pointing that way. According to the GPS, we need to go this way. That's the way we're gonna go. See how it works out. Alrighty, so yeah, I shouldn't calculate trips. What I was thinking was going to be about 13 to 15 mile loop. We're almost to the halfway spot. It's supposed to be a nice campsite, the halfway spot. I'm looking at it on the GPS. And, we're at about 12.2 miles now, so this loop's probably going to be more like, I don't know, 24, 25, maybe 26 miles. I don't think the chipmunk is very pleased with me. So anyway, we're just going to keep moving on down the trail here. We'll see you at camp. Alrighty, that was the intersection sign we were looking for. And check it out. I knew there was a little bit of a water crossing, but how cool is this? Then right on the other side is our campsite. And Chipmunk and Jack are laying claim to camp, I believe. Hope we have some good trees. Now all I gotta do is make this little crossing. Okay, I almost never do this, but I actually took the shoes off. I'm gonna barefoot it. Oh, my feet are a little sore anyway, and this feels good. I was planning on soaking them anyway. And to be honest, I made it 12 miles with dry shoes. I'm not gonna soak them down. Oh, right when I know camp is on the other side of this. It's kind of good. Yeah, let's take it. That was the way to do that. Alright, this is camp for the night. I'm not sure what Chipmunk was doing there blindfolding herself, but we've got a pretty nice little fire ring there. Looks like I brought a chair for nothing because we got a pretty kick-ass bench. Jack's digging it. And yeah, take another look at my personal white noise generator for the evening. Yeah, that'll do. Chipmunk's getting some pictures of the waterfall. Said it's perfect light. So anyway, be sure to check out her pictures on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. WV Hiking Adventures at Instagram. Or you can follow us on Facebook, same address, WV Hiking Adventures. I have not had my dinner yet. It is still cooking. Got a north side and some dehydrated chicken mixed together. I got tired of paying $10 for a Mountain House meal and then having to throw another $5 for the chicken in it to get filled up. The Nords don't taste the best in the world, but they're $1, so we're camping. I can deal with it. Alrighty, dinner was pretty good. Got the bear bags hung. Pretty much all the camp chores are done. We're not even going to mess with trying to make a fire. There's not much wood right around this spot. I'm not going digging. I don't really care. And to be honest, we're probably going to be turning in early. I know Chipmunk's a little wore out. Jack is plumb tuckered. He is passed out. So yeah, unless something like a bear comes charging out of the woods, probably going to say goodnight right now before it gets dark. And I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Be good.
Morning, campers. It's about 6:37. I can't see my watch without my glasses on. Oh, I'm slowly waking up. Jack's still asleep. Chipmunk's definitely asleep with snoring. I'm gonna wake up here in a minute. Oh, here's my little buddy. My little buddy right here. Good morning. Did you have a good night's sleep? Yeah. Alright, I think my little buddy's waking up. It means it's time for me to get up, and I'll see you guys here in a second. Good morning, Jack. Hello. Good boy.
Where's the chipmunk? Where's Mom?
The chipmunk moves. Well, it doesn't really move very much, but she's awake. So, what just woke you up? Was there a disturbance that you were aware of? No, not at all. No. Okay. You'll have to watch the video to see. Oh. This is Jack's new sleeping companion, we'll call it for the moment. The sleeping bag wasn't working so well. He kept climbing out of it, or he'd roll around or kick it off. So we basically made a sleeping cape. Now we don't have it on him right now, but this part is a hood. It just goes over his head, and then the butt is shaped. Ooh, something just excited him and woke him up. Okay, whatever's out in the woods, I think I got it scared away. We've got our model to cooperate. So anyway, he's sitting down, but yeah, it covers his butt. And then it's even got little flaps that'll go up over his ears when he's laying down. And this way he can walk around in the middle of the night and not leave sleeping bag behind. Good job, Chipmunk. Yes, he does the hippie shake even when camping. If you take a look up in the sky though, it's definitely getting darker. It's getting a little gray. I think, unfortunately, we might be hitting that 20% chance of rain today. That's all they were calling for, but you know how it goes. So we're about packed up. And we're gonna get ready to start saying goodbye to our waterfall campsite. That thing was awesome. We'll see you out on the trail. Alrighty, yesterday we pretty much went downhill the whole time. Chipmunk looked at the GPS yesterday, and correct me if I'm wrong, but
We went about 13.235 miles and gave up how much elevation? 3,000?
About 2,300.
2,300. And we're gonna go up 3,000 today, right?
I think we're going to go back up 2,300 today.
Okay. But we're gonna do it in 8.8 miles instead of
Yes.
13 and a half.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's what you get when you let me plan the routes. Seriously, if you ever go out with me, never let me navigate or plan the navigation of anything. I'm okay, just point me down the trail in the right direction, I'm your guy. But getting you there, not so much. Now, as far as the path goes, we're kind of traversing the sod while continually rising up this ridge. And we are kind of trapped in on one side. Not so bad here, but it does get steep and the trail does get skinny in a few spots. A little overgrown, but easy to follow. I mean, you're not going to go off path without going vertical or rolling. So basically we're hiking through a rainforest with spruce trees. Lots of moss, and check these guys out. Alrighty, we are definitely picking up some elevation. We're not even a mile uphill back here. And by the way, we're back on the North Fork Trail now, I think. But you can't hear the river anymore. We have totally gotten too far uphill. I'm just guessing, but I'd say we're going at least 250 foot a mile uphill right now. And it's going to keep going this way for I think 3 miles before it levels out at all. So we'll check back with you a little bit later. If I look red and puffy, that's why. Alright, we've got a little creek crossing and we're going to go ahead and grab some more water. So we don't know we're going to have a whole lot of access on this side of the North Fork, so we're going to grab some water here. Okay, we've made it up to a little spot here where we actually have about 25 foot of flat. It's the first time we've experienced that in the last couple of miles. You can just see, hey, you really can't. The river is way down there. I don't know, I haven't looked at the GPS, but I guarantee you we've come up probably in the neighborhood of 400 to 500 foot, would be my guess. The sun is coming out. We got hit with just a little bit of rain this morning. That's why we had the rain jackets on. It wasn't because we were cold, that's for sure. But the rain does seem to have stopped. And it's starting to warm up now. Look at the way the sun is hitting that spider web. God, I hope that comes out on video. It's just like changing colors. Alrighty, we are about 4.2 miles from where we started this morning, our campsite last night. And we have finally quit billy goating up the side of the ridge. It's actually, look at it, it's flat behind me. It's not just a big hill. Behind me, yeah, a little bit of drop off, but we are relatively flat. We're looking at the tops of trees, we're seeing sunshine. I think what's going on is we're at the top of this ridge line. We're going to stay flat while we walk around it, and then we're going to get on the next ridge line and start going up again. If Chipmunk is reading the map right, which she probably is because she knows how to do that and is much better at it than me, she should probably plan more of these trips. Yes, we are at the top of the ridge. We just crested actually, and look at it, it's flat. Oh my God, we can see the sky, the sun. Chipmunk's not huffing and puffing. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we are going to enjoy it. Oh, the flats did not last for long before we started heading uphill again. Yeah, nowhere near as steep, but we are moving uphill again. We've gotten into this section of the forest where everything is covered with moss. The roots, the rocks. The only thing I haven't found yet is fern covered with moss. But if it could happen anywhere, it'd be the cranberry. You don't get the big, beautiful vista views, but I don't know anywhere else. You just get this electric green moss covering everything. If anybody knows what kind of crazy mushrooms these are, let me know. Or any of the mushrooms that we've seen on this trip, because we've got 4 or 5 different cool ones. I just have no idea what they are. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I was joking about it. We have moss-covered ferns. All right, we are actually leveled out, dare I say, moving slightly downhill for a minute. But the trail has choked down. It is the green tunnel, but instead of the usual mountain laurel, it's just spruce and the occasional spider web. Like that one. Haven't seen any big spiders yet though. Not that I'm wanting to. Oh wow. Starting to look like the beginning of the trail again. Very nice. Occasionally on this section, you will have to deal with some serious blowdown and maybe bushwhack around it. But that's part of the fun. Alrighty, we have made it to the trail intersection, District Line Trail. I'm not familiar with that one, but if you're looking for it, it goes that way. We are following Big Beechy. It's kind of, it depends on what map you look at as to whether this is actually the North Fork Trail or they share a section and this little piece is Big Beachy Trail. I'm gonna see how all trails list it when I get back. I'm not sure what this loop's gonna be. All right, I don't know how well it's gonna show up in the shadows. Cranberry Wilderness is a bear sanctuary. They don't do any hunting. And I don't know how well it shows up, but that is definitely a bear track. We've been seeing some bear scat on the trail today, but that was definitely a track. So nothing to be scared of, you know. There's bears out in the wilderness everywhere, but they might be a little more curious about you since they're not too scared of us with the lack of hunting. If you're really nervous, bring the bear spray or whatever. Basically, just make sure you hang your bear bag up at night and keep the food smells away from your camp. It'll probably be okay. These last few miles on Big Beachy have been really pretty, kind of flat, and actually for the last little bit we're headed downhill. Actually, we're within, I don't know, a mile or two of where we'll hit back onto the North Fork Trail.
Yeah, we don't know what these things are. Look like rotten morels. They're not, they're hard.
Alright, so that's pretty much the beginning of the Big Beachy Trail. There's another sign right behind me. This goes to a different trailhead, but it's the Big Beachy Trailhead. And you don't go that far, very far, and you hit a parking lot very similar to the one we're at, and actually probably a little bit bigger if you just want to do the Big Beachy Trail. We, however, are going to keep going this way for the North Fork Trail. And then here shortly we'll get back to that classic four-way intersection. See you there. Alrighty, we have made it back to this sign. This is where we initially made our turn to go off the North Fork and hit the Middle Fork. We've looped back around. So we just have a short jaunt down North Fork and then we'll be at the four-way intersection, I think. We'll find out. Word of the day for day 2 of this trip. Up. Up. More up. I think maybe we've had about 300 foot of flat. About 20 to 24 inches of down. And the rest has been up to varying degrees. I can't wait to check the GPS when we get back and kind of get an idea of whether I'm just an old wuss or we've actually been working hard today. Ooh, yeah, that's what we've been looking for. We are back at the four-way intersection. As a very tired, and you can't tell right now, but a very happy Chipmunk. I don't think I'm allowed to plan routes anymore for a little while because she's really wanting to do a relaxing hike, and I keep coming out here and pounding her. Yesterday's 13.5. I don't know what today is, roughly the same. We get back to the truck, I'll say her goodbyes, and if nothing else, I'll leave up a little tag that gives an idea how far we went each day and maybe your elevation. So, until next time, thanks for coming out. On behalf of myself, Dave, the Chipmunk, and Jack, we appreciate you guys coming watching our videos on the old YouTube, even when I stumbled stuff out like I just did there. Hopefully this gives you some great ideas of where to go and inspires you to get up off the couch and go out and have your own adventure. When you get back home, click the remote, get back on the old YouTube, see what we've been up to, and get some even more gooder, better ideas. Alrighty, the truck is still here, all the windows intact. So my GPS just died. I'm gonna actually have to wait until we get home to give you the exact mileage and elevation. Luckily for you though, this is the magic of TV, and I'm able to just ping, put them up right there. So that's what we did. Chipmunk is gonna plan the next route. We're gonna do something fun, something relaxed. But yeah, we went somewhere around 26, 27 miles and marched down yesterday and wow, up today. So once again, thanks a lot for joining us, guys, and we'll see you out on the next big WV hiking adventure. See ya.